Pause. See Mecca long ago. No towers, no marble, just stone and sand. A simple Kaaba. The air is still, and fear can be heard. Who dares to touch this house? Who thinks power can erase a sign of Allah? That year was called the Year of the Elephant, and the story hits hard because it is not only history, it is a warning. In Yemen, a ruler named Abraha rose with pride. He built a great church and said, "Let Arabia come here." But the tribes kept turning to Makkah. They kept walking to the Kaaba, and each footstep they took felt like an insult to his throne. So he swore an oath, not to argue, not to trade, but to destroy. He gathered men, he gathered steel, he gathered fear. And then he gathered something that changed the whole image: an elephant. In the desert, an elephant is not just an animal, it is a wall. It is a moving mountain. It is a message that says, you are small. The army marched north. Dust climbed into the sky. Tribes moved aside. Some begged, some offered gifts, but the march did not stop. In Makkah, people heard the news, and the streets went quiet. Families packed water. Elders looked to the hills, because they knew this is not a fight you win with hands. This is a moment you survive with faith. Abdul Muttalib, the elder of Quraysh, stepped forward. He was not loud. He was not wild. He was calm, like a man who knows the end belongs to Allah. Abraha's men took his camels, so Abdul Muttalib went to the camp. Abraha thought he would beg for the Kaaba, but Abdul Muttalib asked for the camels. Abraha mocked him, and then the elder said words that still echo. I am the owner of the camels, and the house has an owner who will protect it. The valley held its breath. Wind circled slowly around the ranks. Armor whispered under the weight of dust. Eyes scanned the horizon without blinking. Behind them, the banners kept rising, colors fading into sand and sky. The elephants advanced in measured silence. Still. The air tightened in the valley. Dust trembled beneath heavy steps. Steel caught fire from the falling sun. Voices faded into distant murmurs. Shadows stretched across the sand. Banners bent against restless wind. The elephants moved closer in slow rhythm. The order moved through the ranks. Ropes tightened around the massive beast. Handlers stepped forward with steady hands, voices sharpened in the dust-filled air. The soldiers fixed their stance. Banners froze against the wind. The elephant turned toward the house, and every breath in the valley paused. The ropes pulled harder. Commands rang sharper in the air. The elephant shifted its weight, then stopped. Sand pressed deep beneath its feet. The handlers urged it forward again, but the great beast would not step. Toward every other direction it walked. Toward the house it refused. Abdul Muttalib stood before the people. The valley listened. He raised his hands toward the sky. O Allah, these are your servants. Your house stands before your enemies. We have no strength tonight, no walls, no army. Protect your house and protect those who trust in you. The night fell slowly. The valley grew quiet. Fires burned low between the tents. Shadows moved across armor and shields. Some soldiers slept. Some stared into the darkness. The elephants stood awake, heavy, silent. Chains shifted softly in the wind. Far beyond the hills, Mecca rested under the cold sky, still, waiting. Morning broke over the valley. Light touched the hills around Mecca. The people climbed the rocky heights. Families stood together in silence. Hands were raised toward the sky. Voices trembled in prayer. O Lord of this house, protect us. Protect what is yours. And the valley waited beneath the rising sun. Abraha rose before the army. Morning light struck his armor. He looked toward the house in the distance. This was the moment he had sworn for. Men tightened their ranks. Spears lifted in silence. The elephant stood ready. Dust moved beneath restless feet. He raised his hand, and the valley prepared for the command. Before the command could be spoken, before the first step could be forced, the sky shifted. Not with thunder, not with storm. A shadow moved across the light. Small at first, barely seen against the morning sun. Then another and another. Dots became shapes, shapes became wings. The soldiers lifted their eyes. Pride turned into confusion. And something unfamiliar descended from above. Then the sky broke, not with lightning, but with motion. Birds moved in tight formations, and from their claws fell small stones, not large, not heavy, small, yet they fell with precision. The first strike shattered a shield. The second broke a helmet. Panic moved faster than the wind. Men shouted, lines collapsed, and the army that looked unstoppable began to tremble. Then the valley went quiet. Not peace, a silence after collapse. Dust rolled over bodies like a veil. Shields lay broken. Banners dropped into sand. Elephants stood trembling. then fell, one after another. Men tried to rise, but their strength left them, and the army that came with pride was reduced to scattered straw, forgotten by the wind. Morning returned to Makkah. The hills were quiet. Then whispers spread. The army was gone. The valley was empty. No elephants, no soldiers, only dust. Men fell into sujood. Women wept with relief. Children held their fathers, and the house still stood, not by men, but by its Lord.